Qdoba is giving the first 20,000 fans a chance to win free food. The Cubs get a base hit in the 5th inning. Fans with a base hit for burritos game card win a free entree.
And Dempster back to work on the mound. Beautiful day here at Wrigley. Heating up. Wind blowing from right to left. Not straight in like it did earlier this week when the Tigers were here. Pitching matchups for the rest of the weekend. Left-hander John Lester for the Red Sox tomorrow. He's just 3-4 with a .457. He'll face Jeff Samardzija, coming off that rough start at Minnesota. Dempster swapping places with Samardzija to make this start today. And then Josh Beckett, Paul Maholm, the scheduled starters on Sunday night. Called strike on Mike Aviles. Well, these two franchises, Bob, work every day under a huge spotlight, to say the least. When you talk about the Red Sox, they have not been free from controversy over the past year or so. Had the huge collapse last September, which cost them the American League wild card. Went 7-20 in September. First team to blow a 9-game September lead for a playoff spot. How about a 9-game lead with 24 to go? That one took a squirrely hop, and Darwin Barney with an error.
For the second time in the ball game, this shift worked in the respect that they got the guy to hit the ball where they wanted to, but the Cubs defensively not able to make the play. Tough hop came up, hit Barney in the chest. By the time he's able to recover, Aviles had beaten it out.
So the leadoff man reaching via the error for the second straight inning is Matsuzaka. Will try to get down a bunt, and he takes a strike. So with the collapse last September, the Theo Epstein, Terry Francona era, and Boston came to an end. 2 World Series championships, 04-07. So Sunday night, it'll be a reversal from last year. Bobby Valentine in the dugout and Terry Francona in the broadcast booth. There were some stories in the aftermath about some clubhouse issues. Runner goes, throw to second, not in time. We'll see if Matsuzaka will try to move him to third. 1-2 the count.
I mentioned Aviles, one of the sources of speed. 7 stolen bases and 11 attempts coming into play today. Got a great jump on Ryan Dempster. Cubs more concerned with Daisuke's bunt attempt than they were Aviles' lead over there at first base.
Cubs cornerman in, guarding against that possible bunt. He squares, and he bunts it foul. That's a strikeout. So this year they get off to a 12-19 start with a new GM and a new manager. Bobby V was being booed at Fenway Park. There were some seemingly critical comments made by Valentine regarding Kevin Youkilis and his physical and emotional investment early on this season, and Bobby had to apologize for it and clarify those remarks. Dustin Pedroia expressed support for Youkilis and some dismay at his manager's comments. You had the Josh Beckett playing golf controversy after missing a start due to lat stiffness. So one thing you know about the Red Sox, which you can say about the Cubs, no matter how they're playing, it's never boring.
Never boring. And don't think that anything is going to go under the radar. All you have to do is look in the press box to my right.
Good play by Dempster. And got him, as it looked like Aviles went out of the runner's lane. And they were able to keep Podsednik at first.
I'll tell you, I will defend any runner at second base on that particular play. We talk about it all the time. As the runner at second base, you're taught that it's okay to go on a ball hit to your left. You got to freeze on a ball hit to your right. The wild card is always the defensive ability of that pitcher on the mound. That time Ryan Dempster able to snag that ball and turn it into a run down out between second and third. Tough play for a base runner.
And here's Pedroia, who has walked and flied to right. But mentioning all those issues, and there's certainly been a lot of controversies around the Cubs over the years, to say the least. But I think if you talk to every player and the manager and the coaching staff, and on a day like today, Theo Epstein, Jed Hoyer, it's got to be a little strange. Once the game starts, that's what it's all about. That's when everybody involved is at their most comfortable. You don't have to read headlines, answer questions, etc.
And that's where your veteran players on the team can really help with the young guys who maybe have never been in a situation where you're in that fishbowl and under that microscope on a daily basis. It can be a little bit overwhelming for a guy coming up from the minor leagues, playing in front of a couple hundred people every night. All of a sudden, there you are at Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park or Wrigley Field, and seeing your name in the paper and blasted all over the radios and televisions. And the veteran guys who have been through it and experienced it and know what it's all about can really smooth out some of the bumps for the younger players.
Ground ball foul. Oh, and by the way, when Theo came to run the Cubs baseball operations, there was that compensation deal that took a while to get resolved. Always something. Long pause by Dempster. Podsednik takes off. Pedroia takes a pitch low and outside. Safe at second. A collision there, and they have 2 steals in the inning. Not getting much done at the bat against Ryan Dempster, so Bobby Valentine sending his base stealers.
Good throw by Clevenger, right on the money. I'll tell you, Darwin Barney hangs in there as tough as any second baseman in the league. Tries to get that quick tag down on the foot of Podsednik. Looked like he got on the bag before the tag was applied, but Podsednik blasting right through the base took Barney's feet out from under him.
Meanwhile, 2-1 on Pedroia.
One of the Tigers, I believe, was Delman Young. Went in hard at second base in that Tigers series and got a big piece of Darwin Barney out there. Cleated him up near the right forearm.
I'll tell you, when the next Cubs book or is written or movie is released, I think the first scene will be the final day of the regular season last year. The Red Sox got knocked out of the playoff competition in the American League, because it set off a chain of events that nobody could have predicted. Driven to deep right. De Jesus makes a catch on the move. Tosses a ball into the bleachers. And the Red Sox fail to score for the 5th consecutive inning to start the game. Dempster cruising along.
At Southwest Airlines, we work together to get you checked in, on board, and in the air on over 3,000 flights a day. So we're ready to fly when you are. Find a flight that fits your schedule with our 22 daily nonstop flights from Midway to California. Book all of our destinations online, only at southwest.com.
Chili's $20 dinner for 2 can boldly satisfy any craving. Share an appetizer, then choose 2 Chili's entrees like our classic bacon burger or our famous slow-smoked baby back ribs. Chili's $20 dinner for 2.
The car on the left was filled up with low detergent gasoline, while the car on the right was filled up with BP gasoline.
Oh, dude, what is this you're listening to? You need to pump up some jams. Come on, it's Friday. It's time to get this party started. Wow, MJ in the house of hell.
Tags are annoying, so we got rid of them. New Hanes tagless underwear. Go tagless.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan here with a Coors Light Cold Blast Sportsnet Central update. White Sox take on the Dodgers later this evening in L.A. Coverage starts at 8:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. At the U.S. Open, Michael Thompson leads Tiger Woods and David Toms by 3 shots as the second round is now underway at Olympic Club. Todd Hollandsworth joins me later for the postgame show. Now back to absolutely gorgeous Wrigley and Lennon Bob.
Cap, thank you very much. Daisuke Matsuzaka walked the bases loaded in the first inning before giving up a 2-run double to Steve Clevenger. The Cubs would tack on in the second. Ryan Dempster with his second career triple would score on a single from the guy at the plate, David DeJesus. Slow breaking ball over for a strike. Bunted, but a little too hard, and Matsuzaka will get DeJesus. Let's answer our AT&T mobility trivia question. Red Sox all-time record runs, hits, doubles, RBIs, extra base hits, and total bases.
I'm going with the As.
And it is. Well, the White Sox are in L.A. tonight. Chris Sale, Clayton Kershaw, but I have a feeling somewhere in a hotel room, Hawk Harrelson is smiling at our trivia question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He loves him some Yaz. How about that matchup tonight?
Yeah. I'm not big on comparing guys to players who have gone before, but when Chris Sale is on top of his game, he reminds me a lot of the big unit, Randy Johnson. That back foot slider is nearly unhittable.
Soriano pops out to Pedroia. 2 quick outs. By the way, Bob, I don't know if it's clarify something from yesterday, just maybe lend some perspective. We spent the evening last night across the street with Jeff Garland, our good friend, and seen a lot of reports and blog posts about how uncomfortable the bottom of the 7th might have seemed. It wasn't for me. I don't think it was for you. Jeff is a comedian, and he comes up and says outlandish things because he knows that we can't say certain things. And we like to jab him, and he jabs us in return, and that's kind of our little inside joke. But for some reason, a lot of people thought it was awkward. I didn't. I was laughing at much of it. We are not responsible for what he says.
I made that very clear at the show last night.
Yes.
The opinions expressed are strictly those of Jeff Garland.
But we enjoy having him as a guest.
Yeah,
as always, he's awesome.
We welcome all Cub fans up here in the booth, and he is a huge Cubs fan.
Did he leave us speechless a couple of times yesterday? No question. But that's what he tries to do.
And he succeeded.
Yes. Well, he watches every day, so he loves coming up and having fun. The 1-2 to Brian LaHare. Rocketed off his foot. Almost all the way out to Kevin Youkilis at third.
Unfortunately, he's got that guard on the front foot. And this is why he's been plunked there a couple times already this year. Might have saved himself a DL stint right there with that ankle guard on the right foot.
Oof. Well, that slider just took off.
Occasionally Daisuke will get a little more around that slider, make it flatter and a bigger break, and just held on to that one a little bit too long. That's the very definition of a back foot slider. That ball hit in the dirt right about where Brian LaHare's back foot was.
Quite sure how he made contact on that pitch, but he did to stay alive.
That's a good adjustment just to stay alive in the at bat. He started after that pitch, thought it was going to be in the strike zone, realized way late it was not a strike, not even close to a strike, but somehow managed to get a piece of it. Good defensive hitting right there.
Another 2-2 on the way, pulled on one hop to David Ortiz. Cubs down in order in the fifth, leading the Boston Red Sox here at Wrigley 3-0.
Welcome to Nissan's Get What You Want event.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. Well, this one over here's got keyless entry, iKey.
Keyless ignition. Love it. Love the deal.
And the technology.
I know. Bluetooth, Navi, backup camera, everything I want.
It's Nissan's Get What You Want sales event. Get 0% on popular models or a $179 lease on Altima. Event ends July 2nd. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
Kind of just sell themselves.
Tonight, Dunn and the White Sox look to cool off Andre Ethier and the Dodgers. Coverage begins at 8:30 with White Sox pregame live. White Sox, Dodgers, tonight at 8:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Get real-time info, including pitcher gas gauge, stats, and tweets with Cubs in-game live only at CSNChicago.com. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual.
It ain't got no gas in it. I swear I woke up this morning and when I tried to talk, I thought I was Carl.
French fried taters.
I like them taters.
You sound a lot better now. I know you're feeling better, but that's usually the last thing that happens when you try to get past this congestion.
Feel better, sound worse.
Well, Adrian Gonzalez has struck out twice. Now, the wind direction today, you would say, would not help a left-handed power hitter like Gonzalez, but that's not the case. He has found the basket out in left center many times in the past as a San Diego Padre. Good opposite field power.
And once again, playing half your games at Fenway Park, I think that's at least one of the reasons they found him so attractive, pounding away at that green monster in left field.
Well, you've got the Adrian Gonzalez, Anthony Rizzo trade. Rizzo going from Boston to San Diego to the Cubs. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Dempster holds the cards in terms of a potential trade. He has 10-5 rights, 10 years in the big leagues, 5 with his current team. The irony of him pitching well is that the better he pitches, the more interest there will be in him, the more likely at this point Cubs would come to him with a potential deal. Gonzalez pulls that one to DeJesus for the out. And I would have to say, and I know you and I are both asked a lot, do you think he will be traded? Only a couple of people know that. Well, Ryan Dempster and Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer, but I'd be surprised if he's not, if he's willing to go somewhere else, considering the year he's had, and he can help a lot of teams.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And I have mixed feelings about it, because you certainly want a veteran like Dempster to have an opportunity to be with a winning ball club, final year of his contract. But it's been so great having him around for so many reasons, on and off the field. He's long been one of our favorites.
Just goes out there and does his job, never makes excuses. We knew it, but last year he pitched most of the season with just a variety of different nagging injuries, specifically blisters that would eliminate a couple of pitches of his arsenal every time he took the mound. He never made excuses. He went out there and at times took a serious beating that a lot of pitchers would have taken themselves out of the rotation, let the injuries heal, but he continued to take the ball every 5th day.
Ortiz with a base hit, now 1 for 3.
But you know, this year completely healthy, throwing the ball as well as he ever has in his career, and I'd like to see him get a chance to pitch on a potential postseason team.
Came in with a 5th best ERA in the National League at 2.31. Trying to win his 3rd in a row. Two on Youkilis. Outside on a slider. 2-2. Cubs will stay in Chicago to start their next road trip Monday night on the south side. This is game 4 of a 15 out of 18 game stretch of games here in Chicago. Only 3 not here will be at Arizona next weekend. Driven out into right center. Campana with a nice running catch. Got a great jump on that ball. Ortiz back to first. 2 outs.
Euclid grinding out another at bat, waiting for Ryan Dempster to make a mistake. I wouldn't say it was a mistake, just a good low fastball, outer third of the plate. Line drive toward that gap in right center, but great closing speed by Tony Campana after the great jump, able to make the play.
Saltalamacchia flied out twice and pulls that one foul. Tell you what, we'll get another look at it. I thought it was fair, but Alfonso Marquez has that call at first. Let's see. Can't really tell.
Yeah, kind of behind the first base coach. That is Alex Ochoa over there on the first base line. First look, I thought it hit right on the line. Might have been a little closer to the foul side, but that's the guy that has the worst look in the ballpark at that particular play. That's a fair ball.
That's fair, yeah. And Campana will make the catch, and the inning is over. 1 out single, no runs. Still 3-0 Cubs.
Start saving automatically with AutoSave. It's one of our helpful steps. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
The BP Crosstown Cup is almost here, and you could win tickets to Chicago's favorite series. Just like CSN on Facebook. Click the icon to win tickets, and you're entered to win 2 tickets to the Battle of Chicago. Like CSN on Facebook or visit csnchicago.com now.
What would happen if you were to take away 30 horsepower from the Ram 1500, remove 27 foot-pounds of torque, and subtract 40,000 miles off its powertrain limited warranty? You'd end up with a Ford F-150. Test our metal. Guts, glory, Ram.
During the Green Tag event, get 0% APR for 60 months or $7,700 total values on select Ram 1500 models.
When it comes to gardening, we're, well, inexperienced.
Is this right? Right here? Like this? Plants can smell our fear.
Then Miracle Grow Expand and Grow made things a lot easier for us.
It expands when you water it and improves your soil. For big, beautiful plants that grow up to 3 times the flowers and vegetables. Guaranteed. We were so bad at this before.
Particularly you. Everyone grows with Miracle Grow.
Monday, hang with Comcast Sportsnet at the Miller Lite Northside versus Southside viewing party. Come by the 5th quarter in Homewood to win prizes. Enjoy Miller Lite and watch the Northside take on the Southside. Be there Monday at 7 at the 5th quarter. 18105 Dixie Highway in Homewood. Steve Clevenger with the go-ahead RBIs. 2-run double in the first inning, and he hits a hard one-hopper to Dustin Pedroia. Goes 4-3. 1 away.
It's a nice looking lid, sir.
Just make sure you keep that index finger in the air. Well, MLB has denied the appeal by the New York Mets to have the hit changed to an error from Wednesday. R.A. Dickey threw a 1-hitter. David Wright tried to barehand a play and get B.J. Upton of the Tampa Bay Rays. He could not. They gave him a hit. And that's just to make sure. Asked MLB to look at it again. He said no, it's a hit. Joe Torre from MLB upheld that scoring decision.
Did they review the one in Johan Santana's no-hitter?
No, I don't think so. Dickey was quoted saying, "I'm relieved." Yeah, I think getting a retroactive no-hitter is a little weird. I mean, when you get the phone call and they say, "Yeah, we're going to change it," do you jump into your catcher's arms?
Yeah, smack yourself in the face with a shaving cream pie.
Ortiz near his own dugout. 2 down as he gets Barney. New in 2012 is Cubs Authentics, the premier outlet for special MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. From game-used baseballs, bases, and jerseys to autographed bats and photos, Cubs Authentics has the most exclusive Cubs memorabilia. Visit the Wrigley Field Concourse, the Cubs store, or email CubsAuthentics@Cubs.com for your Cubs memorabilia needs. Valbuena 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. Valbuena originally signed with Seattle back in 2002 out of Venezuela. Pop into shallow left center. Posednik makes the catch, and that's the inning. So Matsuzaka has been much better here the last few innings than he was to start the game, but his team trails the Cubs 3-0.
You still think you colder than me? No, don't tell me. Tell Tiny. And who you supposed to be? Backup? Handle it.
What you looking at?
Cat-like reflexes. Oh.
The Coors Light Silver Bullet Pint. It's bigger, it's resealable, it's still the coldest.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
The Chevy Cruze has remote access. It can check my oil, life, and tire pressure all through my smartphone.
I wouldn't have thought of you as the techie gadget guy, Tim.
Why? Because I'm old?
Well, boss, you do call it my face.
Transferred your contacts from your old address book to your new rotary style address book.
Ooh, rotary style.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Right now, very well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $159 a month. EPA estimated 36 mpg highway.
Must be nice, cheering on Team USA from the shallow end. Back in 08, we didn't have these U-verse wireless receivers that let you move the TV around wherever. No siree, Bob.
Who's Bob?
And if you didn't have a TV outlet, well, then you couldn't watch Diddley squat.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea how good you have it.
It's not working.
Oof.
Get a wireless receiver in time for the Olympic Games. Get Uverse TV for $29 a month for 6 months. Rethink possible.
My favorite memory of the Crosstown Classic was I was about a sophomore in high school. I came and watched the Sox play the Cubs at Wrigley, and I remember Jose Valentin hitting a home run and doing the Sosa hop around the bases. It wasn't taken too lightly by the Cubs, and it ended up being a great game. It's my favorite one.
Monday, the Cubs seek redemption while the White Sox look for a repeat as the BP Crosstown Cup lands on the south side. Expanded coverage begins at 5 live from the ballpark. White Sox, Cubs, Monday night at 6:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
The new Chicago Cubs baseball summer camps offers children age 5 to 13 of all abilities the ultimate major league experience for 8 one-week sessions in 6 convenient locations around the Chicago area. Join fellow teammates for a week of top-notch baseball instruction, exclusive access, and unforgettable moments. Visit Cubs.com/camps to sign up your future Cub today.
Called strike on Ryan Sweeney. 7th inning, 3-0. Ryan Dempster trying to make it 3 consecutive starts without allowing a run. 7 innings at Milwaukee, 8 innings at Minnesota, and 6 so far today versus Boston. He's gone at least 7 while giving up 1 or 0 runs in 6 starts this year. Hard hit ground ball. Barney to his right. Lots of time. 1 away. Coco sighting Conan O'Brien in town for the Just for Laughs festival this weekend. And enjoying a ball game.
He'd enjoy it a lot more with a different hat on.
I agree with you.
Wonder what Jeff Garland would say about that.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let him speak for himself.
Yeah, we'll let him speak for himself.
And strike on Mike Aviles. Nick Punto's on deck. Up in the air to left. Soriano. Right near the line. 2 down. Dennis Savard coming up with the Captain Morgan 7th inning stretch. Bob, we want to send out huge happy birthday wishes to our good friend Cubs Hall of Fame outfielder Billy Williams, 74 years old today.
Nice. Happy birthday, Billy.
1961 National League Rookie of the Year. Number 26. Atop the right field foul pole. Switch hitting Nick Punto. Ball 1. Well, it sure didn't look like Matsuzaka was going to put up a quality start. He reached the bare minimum for a quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs. 3-0 on the pinch hitter Punto. Red Sox were getting some action going in their bullpen in the very first inning. That's how much he struggled in the opening frame. There's ball 4. Only the second walk surrendered by Dempster. Here's Posednik. Five straight and have missed the zone. Scott Atchison will be the next Red Sox pitcher in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Dempster's due to lead off. Red Sox got Posednik from the Phillies. He was playing at AAA. Runner goes, and Punto in without a throw.
I just don't think Steve Clevenger ever got a grip on that ball. Pitch was down low and into the left-handed hitting Posednik, and in his haste to make the exchange into the throwing hand, I just don't think Steve Clevenger ever had a grip on that baseball.
Two and 2 on Posednik. He toiled for a while before really grabbing everyday action with the Milwaukee Brewers in 2003. 2 years later, he would be an all-star and the igniter for the White Sox. Ground ball left side, picked up by Castro. The throw there's not in time, as Posednik still has very good wheels, and that's going to bring the tying run to the plate as the Red Sox have rallied here with 2 outs in the 7th.
And nothing tricky there. Just hit the ball on the ground to the left side. Use your legs. Castro did everything he could possibly do. Brian LaHare with a nice pick at first base, but Pitsennik just too much speed down that first baseline, able to leg it out for an infield hit.
We've got Pedroia due up. The only reliever in the bullpen getting loose is a lefty, James Russell. So Dale with short conversation and back into the dugout.
I'm sure there are some words of encouragement for Ryan Dempster. Even more so, Len, I think they were probably talking about what they want to do defensively when Scott Pitsennik breaks for second base. Do you throw through to second base? Do you put on a trick play, throw the ball back to the pitcher, try to draw Punto down the line at third? Do you throw directly to third base, or just hold the ball and go after the hitter?
That's foul.
Dustin Pedroia takes the swing of a guy that thought he should have been 6'2" and 230 pounds. He gets on that back leg, has a vicious uppercut swing, trying to lift the ball in the air to left field.
Career high 21 home runs last year for Pedroia. There goes Pitsennik, and it's called strike. 0-2. Pitsennik with his second steal. Red Sox have been running a lot here the last few innings, but that has not created any runs to this point. 0-2. Cub fans getting on their feet. Right field, DeJesus will make the catch. Pedroia slams his helmet down as he lines out with two in scoring position. Time now for the Captain Morgan 7th inning stretch.
Hall of Famer Dennis Havard.
Hello, Chicago. Are you ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So it's root, root, root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some more runs. Go Cubbies!
The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass always in moderation.
Rum from Captain Morgan.
Over the years, us dads have received some pretty interesting Father's Day gifts.
This year, why not give us dads a great gift we can open again and again?
Right now, with every free in-home estimate, get a $500 Feldco savings card.
These $500 savings cards are only available till Father's Day, so hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
3-0. Ryan Dempster will be a pinch hit for. It'll be Adrian Cardenas against Boston right-hander Scott Atchison. Dempster with 3 consecutive starts, allowing no runs, 22 innings combined, as the Cubs lead 3-0. Great to have with us Hall of Famer Dennis Savard. And I'll tell you what, your singing voice was outstanding today. I remember it being good, but not this good. Have you been taking lessons?
Well, you know, I think this is about, I think my 8th or 9th time.
Yeah, you've done it a lot.
So it's been fun, you know, everything. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you get. But you know, you always get nervous, no matter what anybody tells you. I mean, when the crowd turns over and looks at you, and it's, you know, we have a beautiful day, so it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm glad to be here. Glad the Cubs are winning. Good for Dempster, pitching a heck of a game for the Cubs.
No question about it. Well, the NHL offseason, it's not very long these days, is it?
No, you know, LA Kings win the Cup last week. You know, training camp right around mid-September. So I guess just like any other sports, you know, you don't. There's not a lot of times in between seasons. So almost, you know, 12 months a year. Guys train for almost 12 months a year now. They might take a couple of weeks off, but other than that, they're going in training, get ready to play.
Here's the 0-1 to Campana, and he bunts pretty hard, and the flip. What a play by Ortiz to get it to Atchison. Boy, David Ortiz, like the option quarterback, flipping that ball to his pitcher to get the out.
It's pretty smooth play for a guy that hasn't played a lot of first base lately. Ball bunted really hard to the right side. Yeah, Ortiz did exactly what he should do. Just lob that ball out in front of the pitcher. Ooh. I'll tell you, I think Tony perhaps thought Atchison was going to try to tag him as he was going down that line. Man, very close. That makes it a tough call for the umpire when the pitcher's on his feet and the runner's on his belly. Very close.
Dennis, I got to ask you, talking about the Red Sox, the Cubs, no matter what the record is, there's always a huge spotlight around these two franchises. Is the NHL equivalent the Montreal Canadiens? Seems like the media spotlight there is very bright.
I look at this game here. It could be, you know, Montreal Canadiens playing the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
You know, I know that the Cubs, you know, they're on their way to rebuild this team, which is a thing that we had to grow to for many years. I think the route they're taking right now is the best route. You know, I know that, you know, Chicago fans are like the winning team, and that's what the Cubs are trying to do now. Not that they weren't winners before, but, you know, you need to build within. Like for us, you know, we had 12 of our own kids that we built to win the Stanley Cup. And unfortunately, through free agency, we lost a lot of our guys. So I think they're doing the right thing here. You know, Cubs are going to be good down the road here for many years to come. You know, they're got to go with your young kids, your young blood, and hopefully that next few years here they get better and hopefully win a championship.
There's a 1-2. Castro takes it high.
You know, Len and Bob, for us, you know, we had your old boss, John McDonough, that came on board with us and done a great job of changing the culture of our team. I think Theo here will do the same.
Always great to see you, sir, and
thank you.
Enjoy your summer. Yes, I could shake your hand. I'm not ill, at least at
Poor
this
Bobby's
point.
sick.
Dennis Savard with a spinorama.
Thank you, guys.
3-0 Cubs.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
This is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With better car replacement, available only with Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. If your car's totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
We began with the RX. Then we turned the page, creating the RX Hybrid. Now we've We've turned the page again with the all-new RX F-Sport. This is the next chapter for the RX and the next chapter for Lexus. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
This is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Time now for our Home Depot doing more on defense. Not easy to get Campana. And a bang play at first. Atchison with a little stutter step move. Not quite sure he did get him, but that was the call in the seventh rather. And here's James Russell, the left-hander.
James' numbers on the season. Looking at this Red Sox lineup, you just knew if James Russell got into the ball game today, it was going to be to face these two guys in a row, Adrian Gonzalez and David Ortiz, the two left-handed thumpers in the middle for the Red Sox. I'm sure James Russell was well aware of that when he got to the ballpark today and saw that lineup.
Throwing his slider more often than his fastball. There's a slider for a strike. According to Fangraphs, throws his slider 43.4% of the time. The fastball 42.2. A very rare curveball and changeup. On the ground to second. Well, this is as quiet a game as Adrian Gonzalez has ever had against the Cubs. 2 strikeouts. He did line out to right and a weak ground out. David Ortiz. You think of him as only a Boston Red Sox, but he started in the big leagues with the Twins and he signed with Seattle back in 1992. And with the Twins, he was just a guy. 6 years, 455 games, OPS of 809, but in 10 years with the Red Sox, he's been a monster offensively. With a 958 OPS, 54 homers in 2006. 148 driven in 2005. Fly ball to left. And Soriano makes a grab, 2 down. Tickets are still available for Sunday night when the Cubs host the Red Sox in the final game of this series. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com, call 1-800-THE-CUBS, or visit the Wrigley Field box office. 40,073 in the yard today. Fastball to Youkilis. Strike 1. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Now 2-2. Well, to this point, Pedroia, Gonzalez, Ortiz, and Youkilis have combined for 1 hit and 1 walk in this game. Tells you how good Ryan Dempster was today.
Really good, yeah. And Youkilis sitting on an 0 for 3 right now. He is extremely hard on himself, to the point where some of his teammates have actually taken him to task for his actions in the dugout after making outs. Got into a fight a few years ago with Manny Ramirez in their own dugout after Youkilis had made an out, and Manny thought he was overreacting just a little bit. Thought we might see some kind of an explosion after that last at bat. He's hit the ball hard a couple times, has nothing to show for it.
Another ball hit hard. This one handled by Castro, and James Russell with a 1-2-3 8th inning. 4 hits for each team, but the Cubs lead where it counts 3-0.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Where am I?
We have sent for you.
John Carter.
Our world is at war. And Earth is next.
John Carter. Movies start at channel 125. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
I'd rather take the Titanic.
It takes brains.
The mysterious island.
It takes brawn.
I think I just made it worse.
It takes teamwork.
Getting the attention of a woman is one of the hardest things to do.
Well, tell me.
Do this. The peck pop of love.
Journey to the mysterious island. Movies start at channel 125.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Sportsnet Central update. It'll be Chris Sale against Clayton Kershaw. Dandy matchup when the White Sox visit the Dodgers later this evening, and you can get that game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. If you have a question for Todd Hollingsworth, you can send it to us by using the hashtag CubsPGL on Twitter. We'll get a few of them to Holly on the postgame show. But for now, we go back to Len and Bob at Wrigley Field.
We invite you to come watch the Cubs as they battle the Red Sox on Sunday, June 17th, right here at Wrigley Field. Game time is 7:05, but be sure to arrive at the field early. The first 5,000 fans will receive a Cubs Stadium seat cushion, compliments of Serta. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Former Houston Astro Mark Melancon is on here in the 8th.
10 hits in 3 innings of work, a ridiculous opponent's batting average in that limited work.
Former Yankee as well.
Fastball cutter curveball combination from Melancon.
One count on David DeJesus. He knocked in a run in the 2nd inning. That has been it for the scoring. In terms of, we haven't seen a run since. 2-run double Steve Clevenger in the first. RBI single DeJesus in the second. And it's been the pitchers as the story since. Franklin Morales up for the Red Sox. With Gary Tuck, the bullpen coach, looking on, and Carlos Marmol making a save opportunity today. Red Sox have Saltalamacchia, Sweeney, and Aviles due up in the ninth. Lanson's 2-2 in the dirt. Sent to the minors in mid-April, called up on June 10th. The 3-2 pitch is bounded foul. Melanson came over from the Astros, a deal that sent Jed Lowry. And also right-hander Kyle Weiland to Houston. Another foul. This long at bat continues. 9 pitches and counting.
David DeJesus is the kind of hitter that just drives opposing pitchers crazy. I want you to get a hit or make an out. Do it a little bit quicker. You're making me work way too hard out here.
Pitch number 11 from Melanson. As a catcher in this spot, Bob, I mean, you just start mixing up your pitches when a guy gets into swing mode. 3-2.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you'd like to think, well, if I throw one out of the zone, he'll swing at it anyway. But with David DeJesus' eye at the plate, that's not a guarantee. Some batters, yeah, you could get away with that. Bounce a curveball in a 3-2 pitch, he's likely to chase it, but not David DeJesus. I think probably the only thing you can do as a catcher is make that pitcher shake his head a few times before every sign you hang down.
Well, he's thrown 6 consecutive four-seam fastballs. And another one up and in.
He got some good pitches to hit during the course of the at-bat, but ultimately takes pitch number 12 for ball 4.
Leadoff walk to DeJesus. Now it's Soriano. It was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Hitting streak on the line. 10 games currently. Yesterday snapped his 9-series homer streak. Popped up near short as Aviles for out number 1. Lanson to the belt. His first offering to Brian LaHare is outside. You'll be doing a little AA scouting this weekend.
Yeah, taking advantage of a couple of off days to shoot down to Knoxville and catch a couple Smokies games.
Well, good luck to the Boise Hawks. Cubs affiliate in the Northwest League, as they will open their season tonight. Mesa Cubs will start in 5 days. De Jesus on the move. The throw to second in time to get him.
It almost looked like that was a missed sign. David didn't get much of a jump at all over at first base and was looking back toward the plate as that ball got into the hitting zone.
Interesting tag.
It's out.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. We will go to the ninth with the Cubs leading 3-0.
At Southwest Airlines, we work together to get you checked in, on board, and in the air on over 3,000 flights a day. So we're ready to fly when you are. Find a flight that fits your schedule with our 22 daily nonstop flights from Midway to California. Book all of our destinations online, only at southwest.com.
Laces? Really? Slip-on's the way to go. More people did that, security would be like a...
There's no charge for the bag.
Thanks. I know a quiet little place where we can get some work done is a 3-pronged plug.
I have club passes. Get the mileage card with special perks on United, like a free checked bag, United Club passes, and priority boarding.
Thanks. Okay. What's your secret?
The United Mileage Plus Explorer card. Get it and you're in.
Dream big during the Menards Project Day sale. Get ready for summer with Coleman coolers. Stacker coolers are designed to fit snugly together for more storage and more fun. A 20-can stacker is $14.99, or the 48-can is $22.99. Playstar playsets offer quality, safety, and value for the whole family. The Champion XP Bronze or the Powerhouse, both with 11 activities, are your choice. Just $494 each after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Cubs fans, get ready for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Time now for our Xfinity high-speed action. Ryan Dempster with his first triple in 10 seasons.
Only 4 behind Starlin Castro for the team lead.
He would add a single later, probably the closest he's ever gotten to the cycle in his career. Reed Johnson now playing left, and Carlos Marmol is in with a 3-0 lead. The guess here is that if it were a closer ball game, a 1, maybe 2-run lead, it would be Sean Camp. But with a 3-run lead, this is a save opportunity as Dale Swaim goes with the guy who was the closer to start the year. That one missed badly on Saltalamacchia.
Didn't miss Chad Fairchild, however, behind the plate. That fastball took off, caught Steve Clevenger a little bit by surprise, tipped off his glove, and then caught Fairchild in the side of the mask, it appeared. Just got him on that little extension out the left side there. Waved off the trainer, says he's okay.
2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. There is Sean Camp, assuming he is available today if needed. Missed badly again. That was an awkward landing by Marmol. Esposito on the phone. I should note Sean Camp has struggled against the Red Sox. That might be the reason why he's not going to get up here. It's going to be Randy Wells instead. Camp with a career 6.38 earned run average against the Red Sox in 42 games. They give up 2 runs in the game yesterday. What a diving stop by Valbuena to get Saltalamacchia. That was a great play.
Saltalamacchia trying to shoot a shift beater through that left side. What a great diving stop by Luis Valbuena. Shows a strong arm, getting it over there in time to get Saltalamacchia at first base. Whew. Nicely done.
What a huge first out for Carlos Marmol. And he can thank that man. Ryan Sweeney into right. That's a base hit. Fastball at 95 to Aviles. Marmol trying to get his 3rd save of the year. Slider on the outside. Randy Wells without a save in his career. He's only made 11 career relief appearances. Well, getting ahead in the count, as you can see, critical for a guy like Marmol, who does throw a lot of pitches outside the strike zone. He will get swings on those pitches when it's 0-2. Won't get them when it's 2-0. Valbuena couldn't play the short hop. Throw goes to first, and everybody's safe. If he picks it clean, possibly a double play chance. It will be an error on him. So the Cubs have 3 infielders with an error today. Tying run at the plate.
Just a little bit too long of a hop. He tried to smother it on that short hop right off of the dirt, but it came up a little higher than he expected. Glances off the thumb of his glove to Starlin Castro, who tried to make the play at first. Do it again. Throw another ground ball.
Daniel Nava hitting for Melanson. Inside for a ball. Nava, switch hitter. A lot better left-handed than right-handed this year. 344 from the left side. 200 righty. Been battling a sore left hand. And a home run swing there. You may remember Nava 2 years ago hit a grand slam on the first pitch he ever saw in the major leagues off Joe Blanton of the Phillies at Fenway Park. June 12th, 2010. Second player to hit a granny on the first pitch of his career. Kevin Kuzminoff was the first in 06 for Cleveland. Strike 3 on a slider.
Absolutely perfect pitch. Started it off the outside corner, nips that outer third of the plate. If it looked that slow to Daniel Nava, he would have swung at it.
Fastball strike to Posednik. Posednik 1 for 4 with a homer, a walk, and a strikeout against Carlos Marmol. The Red Sox lead the majors in extra base hits. They have 5 hits today. They've all been singles. Dempster, Russell, and now Marmol. Done a nice job. Marmol trying to get that final out. 3-1. Pedroia on deck. And they are loaded. Single, error, and walk to load the bases this inning.
Just enough late movement on that fastball to take it off the corner. Clevenger couldn't hang on to it.
So the tying run is now on base as Dale Swaim comes out has not signaled to the bullpen. Visit the official online shop of the Chicago Cubs at Cubs.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the Cubs.com shop. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-0 Cubs. Pedroia is taking all the way. Slider outside.
You said it a moment ago, Len. That's why strike one is so important for Marmol. Opposing teams know that he struggles to find the strike zone. If he jumps ahead in the count 0-1, it completely changes the complexion of the at-bat.
Pedroia is not going to swing until he gets a strike. Although now that it's 2-0, that could change the stakes a little bit. I'm going to keyhole him here. That'll make a quality pitch. 2-1.
The fact that Pedroia backed off the plate on that 2-0 pitch, I think, helped Marmol. That pitch tailed off the corner inside, but he got the call.
Two and two. Jam shot foul. On the ground, and Valbuena to the bag at third. He forces Aviles. Cubs win. Carlos Marmol gets a save. Not without drama in the ninth, as they leave him loaded.
That was hit hard right at Valbuena, who was playing deep and close to the line. Had to come up on that bad hop and then outrun the base runner to the bag at third. At least he had the presence of mind to go that direction. I don't think he had an out anywhere else on the field.
Marmol's first save since May 2nd at Cincinnati. And our GMC player of the game is Ryan Dempster. 3 starts, no runs. He's won 3 in a row.
The hottest pitcher in all of baseball. Did it the way he's done it all year, commanding his pitches, moving them up, down, in, out. Helped himself with the bat today. Just another in a long line of outstanding starts by Ryan Dempster.
Cubs are 2-2 on this homestand. They win with their ace on the mound. Carlos Marmol gaining some confidence by notching the save. Steve Clevenger had the game-winning hit in the very first inning. Let's go down to Gail Fisher.
All right, Len, thank you. Steve, nice game for you guys. You scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings. It ended up being all you need. Talk about taking advantage of those walks in that first inning.
I just came up to the plate, looking for a good pitch to hit. I know he was kind of wild, so I kind of figured he was going to give me a good pitch to hit. Luckily it fell in there and got a couple RBIs.
Considering that's all you guys needed, that's a testament to the pitching today. How good was Ryan Dempster?
Oh, Dent was amazing. He's mixing the ball in and out, up, down. He's been doing it all year. Unluckily we haven't been giving him run support, but today, 3 runs made it do.
How valuable is a guy like Dent inside that clubhouse if, in fact, this could be his last start as a Cub?
He's unreplaceable. I'm still learning up here as a catcher. You know, I'm a rookie. You know, he's kind of, you know, guided me through a little bit his starts, you know, and like I said, he's unreplaceable in the clubhouse.
You guys unable to win that series against the Tigers, getting the first game, though, against the Red Sox. I'm sure now you guys want to win this series this weekend.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you can take a series, you know, and you can only win a series by taking the first game. You know, we played good today, you know. Hopefully we can carry it into tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. Good game to you. Len, Bob, listen, it back to you.
All right, Gail, thanks very much. The Cubs win today 3-0 in spite of 3 errors. That tells you about the pitcher's ability to work around those miscues.
Yeah, and then rise to the occasion. The defense is going to pick up the pitcher many, many times over the course of the season. Occasionally, the pitcher has to pick up the defense.
Well, nice job, partner. I know you're battling illness here, but hopefully back to 100% when we talk to you again on Monday from the South Side. And 2 more to go this weekend against the Red Sox. So for Bob and our entire CSN crew, Len Casper saying so long from Wrigley Field. The final score today, the Cubs 3, the Red Sox 0. Monday night, 7 o'clock, the BP Crosstown Cup continues. Cubs and White Sox from U.S. Cellular Field. Coming up next, Cubs post-game live. In-game scoring provided by ScorePad. You've been watching Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan. Todd Hollinsworth joins me next. Cubs post-game live. We will recap today's action, bring you Dale Swain and Ryan Dempster's post-game remarks, and we are interactive today with Tom Cooper. If you have a question for Holly, you can join in at the chat at csnchicago.com or send it to us via Twitter using the hashtag CubsPGL. It's all coming your way after this quick timeout. So stick around.
Here come the... Hey, yo, I lost audio. What happened? What? Oh, it better not be. What's going on? It's time to put a stop to this. Yeah, gay?
The Coors Light Silver Bullet Pint. It's bigger, it's resealable, it's still the coldest.
They call me Hollywood. Here come the big show. Get out my booth.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Want total access to Major League Baseball? Then you need Xfinity and MLB Network. You'll get over 125 live regular season games with live look-ins from around the league, plus 24/7 inside access, so you're there for all of baseball's biggest stories. With Xfinity from Comcast, the best seat in the house is in your house. Sign up for the HD Premier XF Triple Play, or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
Things on the West Coast. I hear you moving. Rocky Mountain Night. Rocky Mountain Night. All my exes live in Texas.
On the bayou. The perfect song for everywhere can be downloaded almost anywhere.
The nation's largest 4G network, covering 2,000 more 4G cities and towns than Verizon. Rethink possible.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Nissan. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. Innovation for all. Xfinity. Your home for the most live sports. Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Midas. For brakes, oil changes, and tires. Trust the Midas Touch. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Honda. Visit your local Chicagoland Honda dealer for more information on current offers.
This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Horseshoe Casino.
On the ground, and Valbuena to the bag at third. He forces Aviles. Cubs win.
Cubs win. Carlos Marmol made it interesting. No surprise there in the end. Bringing the go-ahead run to the plate, but the Cubs hang on. Beat the Bo Sox 3-zip. Ryan Dempster gets his third straight win. Hello, welcome to Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Horseshoe Casino, along with the 96 Rookie of the Year, Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. We will get interactive with Tom Cooper a little bit later in the show. This is a really good win, but I have to give you your props because I looked at your keys to the game that you put together before we do the pregame. Your keys to the game were force Matsuzaka to throw strikes in the middle of the plate. Don't let him get you out with pitches that are tough to handle. They did that in the first inning, drawing some walks. You talked about Dempster making big pitches in big spots. Every one of your keys hit.
Well, it was just, I mean, it seemed to make sense, especially with the way that I wanted to see the aggressives. I mean, the third key being stolen bases, and you saw a little bit of that today early on. Get some walks, get on base. Tony Campana, get moving around those bases, put pressure on him, and make him, force him to throw strikes, and that's what Steve Clevenger did. After those two walks, Bobby Valentine goes out to the mound, and you're thinking, you know, what's that meaning got to be? He's got to throw strikes, right? I'm going to jump on the first pitch I see because I know a fastball's coming. He dumps it down the left field line. You get a couple runs, and then Demp does the rest of the work. Now, Demp's not really surprising me, although I think a lot of eyes were on this ball game today. Whether he was going to be able to go up against the Boston Red Sox and shut them down, triple, single, great game for him. Yeah,
outstanding, and you got to think there were 25 scouts or so sitting behind home plate that watched him dominate an AL East lineup and going, okay, maybe we haven't given him enough credit for what he's done. We are interactive, as I said a moment ago. Tom Cooper, the interactive guru, is at our Discount Tires Interactive Suite. Coop, how can viewers get involved with the chat?
Cap, viewers can get involved in the chat in one of two ways. They can either go to csnchicago.com, come and join the Discount Tire Interactive Suite. That way they can join the chat. Or if you're celebrating a Cubby Bear or a Sluggers or somewhere after a big Cubs victory, you can join the conversation on Twitter. Use the hashtag CubsPGL. We'll have the best comments and questions for Holly over there throughout the show. Capper, back on over to you.
All right, thank you, Coop. Ryan Dempster became the first Cubs pitcher in the modern era to throw 3 straight starts of 7 innings or more, giving up no runs and 4 or fewer hits. He was outstanding today. Daisuke Matsuzaka, that rough first inning, and then he settled down and was pretty darn good as well.
Yeah, well, he was at 50 pitches after 2 innings. Thought maybe they were going to do a little bit better job as the game went on, getting him out of there. But you know what? He gets through 6 innings, and he's coming back from Tommy John surgery. I'm sure the Boston Red Sox are going to give you answers. Bobby Valentine, like, yeah, we're okay. We're satisfied. You got to score some runs to win anyway. Ultimately, this game was decided early. But you look at Dempster, dissection.
He was tremendous today. He really did a good job at challenging hitters when he had to, and then making plays when he had to as well. A really nice job by Ryan Dempster.
Well, this game started off. You get a little bit of that traffic right there. He's not pinpointing his fastball early, but then he starts to make pitches. He starts to change speed. You see right there the changeup out in front. Guys, listen, this Boston Red Sox, there's not a whole lot of guys that have a lot of history against Ryan Dempster, and we'll tell you, he's been as good as any in the game of baseball, and you put that together with a team that hasn't seen him or is, you know, potentially facing him for the second time. I expected Demp to be really good today. This good, though, I'm a little surprised. A lot of balls off the end of the bat. The thing that impressed me the most was he stayed out of the middle of the plate, and he commanded his off-speed pitches on the corners. That's where you're seeing the very shallow fly balls, the pop-ups like you see right there, Kevin Youkilis. A lot of weak action on the field today. Recording out 100 pitches, 7 innings. I mean, this is vintage Demp this year.
You saw them try and go the opposite way a lot off of him. And they hit a number of balls fairly hard, but right at David DeJesus.
Oh, perfect positioning. And again, that's what you're looking to do when you're pitching with a lead. Demp knows what's going on. He sees how the ball's traveling at the yard. Yes, it's warm out there, looking at the flags. But again, when all else fails, go away. When you're pitching with a lead, if you fall behind a hitter, you force them, if they're going to beat you, hit a home run the other way. There aren't too many guys, even at the major league level, who are going to beat you with home runs the other way. So again, he was aggressive and he made pitches. The Boston Red Sox a little later in this ballgame tried to get a little action going here, stealing some bases, a little infield hit by Pods. Scott Podsednik right there. Going to set the table, but ultimately he's going to get to a big at bat with Pedroia. You're going to see it right here in a second. And, you know, sometimes It's better to be, what do I say, lucky than good?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is
right.
going to be a rocket. And David DeJesus, who's running towards the line, makes the catch. But again, perfect placement. If you're pitching away and playing away, you understand what's going on right there. And clearly that's what was going on. Demp knew that if he was going to get beat in that situation, it wasn't going to be out over the plate. It wasn't going to be on a slider or something. He was going to make a mistake on the inside. He was going to miss on the corner away, and that's where he stayed through the rest of that at-bat. Dustin Pedroia, one of the difference makers in their lineup, hits the ball hard, goes the other way, but he's not hitting it out of the yard. Ultimately, you get the out. He gets his 7 innings.
And Dale Swaim living by the 90% rule. He said, our scouting tells us you're going to hit it this way 90% of the time. I'll take the 10% that don't work out to get the 90%. And they had DeJesus perfectly positioned a number of times today. Time now for our Sports Authority play of the game. Top of the first, bases juiced, 2 outs for Steve Clevenger. And he does a really nice piece of hitting right here. Soft line drive to left. Scotty Pod, I thought he could have made a diving try for that.
Yeah.
He decides to pull up. It plates 2, and the Cubs didn't need any more. They got
certainly nobody's complaining with Pod's not diving right there. Certainly let it drop. But, yeah, it was all about approach. It was all about the idea. I mean, again, that's some of that good hitter's love that you get right down there. First pitch swinging. Ideally, I'm sure Steve Clevenger was not telling you that he was hoping to dunk one down the left field line. But, again, it's the thought and it's the process that counts. If you look how that set itself up, you saw 2 walks before it. And a trip to the mound by Bobby Valentine. An attention getter. It wasn't the pitching coach, it was Bobby Valentine. Steve Clevenger knows what's going on. I know he hasn't been around the league a long time, but he gets it. Bobby goes out there, it's a deliberate message. Get the ball over the plate. We've seen this too many times in the past from you. We saw this a little bit in your last start. Start throwing strikes. You're making your own trouble here. First pitch fastball down the middle. Clevenger drops it.
Plus, the one thing is, Bobby managed in Japan. He speaks some Japanese. He can get his point across without having to worry about it being understood by a Japanese pitcher.
Cap, there is no doubt that meeting was based on one thing and one thing only, the fact that Daisuke was not throwing strikes. A couple of those hitters, Lahiri, he got ahead of it. And Lahiri, honestly, he didn't have to work too hard to get that walk. He just didn't want to throw the ball near the plate. And that's, again, what we talked about in the pregame show, was that at times, Japanese pitchers seem to pitch away from contact an awful lot, and you saw that in the first inning.
Yeah, and you talked about that on your keys to the game, and you see that the Cubs able to do some things today offensively. Not a lot, but enough to get a victory, to get the big hit out of Clevenger. Ryan Dempster, a triple and a single today. 2, really nice pieces of hitting.
Oh, he was the star all the way around. He had the best at bats throughout the game. Most complete game out there, and Demp, he dialed it in. His stock is going even higher. I mean, we talk about what, somewhere between 12 and 20 teams might be interested today. I would say at least 4 of those teams might have been on the fence with Ryan Dempster. American League teams, can he get it done in our division? Can he get it done against the big boys in the American League East? I'll say this today, you got a pretty good dose of what he did against the Boston Red Sox.
All right, let's go back to Thomas Cooper in our interactive suite.
Well, my parents call me Thomas. Cap, thanks a lot. CSNChicago.com is a place for the Discount Tire Interactive Suite. Also, hashtag on Twitter is CubsPGL. You guys are talking about Demp. Everybody in the chat's talking about Demp. Right now, at RxDude94 wants to know, is this Demp's last game, at least for now, in a Cubs uniform, guys?
I think it's a legitimate question because you have to think Theo and Jed are going to be very active in shopping him out there because he's pitched exceptionally well, but he's 35 years old. The team that gets him wants him for as many starts as they can get him for, and the Cubs want him while he's red hot. Make the move now.
That's the sense that you get, but I've got to believe that Theo wants to get all parties involved. If there's anybody, those 3 or 4 teams I'm talking about on the fence, if they want to jump in and make their offer, I mean, because that's ultimately how it's going to play itself out. I don't know if this is one of those situations that begins to work itself to the deadline because, again, you're trying to get as much as you can, as much value out of Demp as you possibly can, but anybody else is going to view him that way. You also have to remember that Demp has 10 and 5 rights, so he's got a voice in this situation, meaning he can veto just about anything he wants. So he's willing to do it. He wants to go win. He wants to have the chance to go to a winner, but he's going to have to agree to where it goes. So again, that might also be factoring into this as well.
All right, we are waiting on Ryan Dempster to come into the media room to talk with the Pen and Mike Club. We'll have it for you, plus Dale Swaim. Still to come on the show. We'll also break down the box scores for both the Cubs and the Bo Sox. Holly will answer some of your questions on Twitter. Stick around.
traveled all this way. Make it worth their while.
If you want to take a road trip with the whole gang, but don't want to stop for gas, there's an Acadia for that. And if you're looking for technology that helps keep you in control, or technology that helps you let loose, well, there's an Acadia for that too. The 2012 GMC Acadia. Now lease this 2012 GMC Acadia SL for $299 per month.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
Want total access to Major League Baseball? Then you need Xfinity and MLB Network. You'll get over 125 live regular season games with live look-ins from around the league, plus 24/7 inside access, so you're there for all of baseball's biggest stories. With Xfinity from Comcast, the best seat in the house is in your house. Sign up for the HD Premier XF Triple Play or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
Hi, welcome to Nissan's Get What You Want event.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, well this one over here's got keyless entry, iKey.
Keyless ignition. Love it. Love the deal.
And the technology
I know. Bluetooth, Navi, backup camera, everything I want.
It's Nissan's Get What You Want sales event. Get 0% on popular models or a $179 lease on Altima. Event ends July 2nd. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Hurry in to your local Nissan dealer.
kind of just sell themselves.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
He was the most brilliant CIA operative until he went rogue.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Frost is on the loose.
Do I make you nervous?
You're not gonna get in my head.
I'm already in your head.
Go to channel 125 and watch the first 10 minutes free. Safe House. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Weeks before Redbox and Netflix. Movies start at channel 125.
Time now for our Four Seasons heating and air conditioning. Who's hot? Who's not so hot? How about smoking hot? Joey Votto, 429, 3 bombs, 9 knocked in. Miguel Montero of the D-backs, 316, 3 homers, 7 knocked in. And Matt Cain, enough said. Perfect game at 14 punch-outs. 30. How about who's icy cold? Ricky Weeks got to be on this list. Whoa, he's not. Jason Bay, 0-80. Barry Zito, 0 for 2. And Rafael Betancourt, 0-1. Let's go to Ryan Dempster at the podium.
Yeah, no, that was nice. A good win for us, and anytime you win the first game of a series, it's always a nice thing. Gives you a chance to win the series right out of the gate, and you know, guys put up some runs early and made a lot of good plays on defense, and yeah, nice win.
Did you enjoy the pitching part of it or the 2 hits?
The 2 hits. Yeah, absolutely. I try to spread my triples out every 10 years. So I was just excited to finally get to utilize my wheels. And Campana and I had a bet for first triple, actually, and I won. Imagine that. Yeah. Yeah. Feeling pretty good about that, so.
Ryan, you've gone 22 innings in a row now without giving up a run.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you fathom that Kershiser went almost 60 innings doing the same thing?
Yeah, that's incredible, man. I don't know how that happens, really. I mean, you look at a guy like even R.A. Dickey the other night to give up an unearned run. I mean, it's inevitable that somebody, you know, you miss a pitch and somebody hits it in the stands or, you know, whatever. You know, the game situation dictates it. You know, the guy gets on second with none out and you're leading the game. All you're thinking about is just trying to preserve the win. You don't care if he scores or not. So to think about something like that is pretty mind-boggling.
There's so much outside options you used to go out there and pitch. Is that something you've learned to do to put all that
put our stuff to the side and be professional? Well, I think that's all I can control. You know, we got a great group of guys in there working hard every day, and things haven't gone like we wanted them to go. But we keep pressing forward and trying to do what we need to do. And I'm just trying to do my job and go out there every fifth day and give us a chance to win a ball game. And that's really all I can focus on. And it starts again tomorrow to go out there and pitch against the White Sox on Wednesday. So other than that, that's really all I can worry about.
Before he starts, do you think about it at all?
You know, I'm not naive. I'm not oblivious to what's going on, but it's really, you know, it's really kind of not out of my control. Actually, it really is in my control. But you know, it's one of those things where if I focused on that and I worried about that, I wouldn't be doing a very good job as a teammate to those guys in there. And I wouldn't be doing a very good job to myself if I wasn't focusing on what I need to do. And whatever ends up happening, ends up happening. Right now I'm here and love being here, and everybody knows that. And I love the city of Chicago and playing for the Cubs and trying to do the best I can.
Ryan, for a moment, did you think this would be your last turn at Wrigley?
No. Oh, I just thought about going out there and trying to win and do that.
Steve Clevenger said after the game that you're irreplaceable in that clubhouse. Do you think about the influence that you have on some of the younger
yeah. I enjoy being around a lot of the younger guys. They keep me young and a great group of guys. Like I said, it's tough sometimes when we're not winning ball games like we want to because of the camaraderie we have in there. And but you know, that's a very nice compliment. And you know, I always feel like I'm a good teammate most of the time, and just try to have fun and enjoy the fact that we're playing a game for a living and go out there and do that.
Do you appreciate the team keeping you informed of what they're thinking and doing and so forth?
Yeah, they don't need to do that. You know, whatever it ends up being. If it's here or somewhere else or whatever it is, I'm just going to continue to do what I always do, and that's prepare to go out there and make my start every fifth day.
Even with that, is there any extra satisfaction when you go up a lineup like the Red Sox and put a performance like this together?
Yeah, they got a really, really good lineup from top to bottom. You know, some really scary guys in the middle of the lineup. So I just, you know, was today just trying to do the best I could to keep them off balance and try and throw as many strikes as I can. You know, a lineup like that, you know, especially a veteran lineup, you got to make sure you get ahead. Otherwise, they're just gonna, they're really gonna take advantage of you. And was able to do that today. And Clev and I just, you know, we were firing on all cylinders together. He was kind of almost reading my mind, knowing what I wanted to throw, and just really gelled well out there.
Ryan, no matter what happens short term, do you foresee Chicago always being part of your future in some capacity, family-wise?
Yeah, I played here a long time. You know, I hope. I've always said I always wanted to play my rest of my career here, and love being a Chicago Cub and love playing in this city. It's for me. I've had a chance to play in a lot of different cities everywhere, and it's the best place to play. It's really incredible, and you know, whatever. Like I said, I don't know what tomorrow holds, but right now I'm just enjoying the fact that we won today's game and get to enjoy that.
You know, the last time we faced them here,
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah, John Olerud was playing for him. Yeah, so yeah. All right, cool.
All right, Ryan Dempster. Time now for our UPS store taking care of business play. Bottom of the second. Dempster at the plate, and he bloops one to shallow right. Adrian Gonzalez comes in, shows why he's a first baseman. He dives, lets the ball go past him. Demp turns on the burners, and he winds up at third with his second career triple, his first three-bagger in 10 years when he was with the Marlins. How about that?
Adrian Gonzalez. Yeah, I was watching a little bit of this. How about Demp being able to go back out and put up goose eggs? I know that's been a problem around here. Pitchers getting on base and getting hits, and actually being able to go back out there and continue dealing.
Yeah, very well said. Dale Swaim said, I don't know about these guys. They run the bases, and they can't come back out and get the job done, and he certainly did that.
Sure.
You're right on the money with that one. Time now for the Subway winning box score. And yes, it's a Cubs box score today. Let's look at the numbers. Tony Campana, 1 for 3, scored a run, had a walk, and stole 2 bags. Second and third in the first inning when the Cubs scored 2. Starlin, another rough day at the plate. David DeJesus, 1 for 3. Alfonso Soriano, 0 for 3. Brian LaHare, 0 for 3. Did have a walk. Steve Clevenger, 1 for 3. Darwin Barney, Luis Valbuena, no hits, and there's your 2-for-2 perfect line.
You thought I was kidding, right? He had the best day at the plate. He really did. He was 2 for 2, scored a run, had a triple. Clev, he dropped one down the line at the right time, but I mean, Demp was swinging the bat today. I mean, this was an all-around Demp day. He got it done on the mound, which was clearly most important for him. Continues to win. He's back to 500. He's got 3 wins in a row, and the offense came out a little bit today. Set the table with that triple.
And you win key performer, your guy Tony Campana. Better day than my guy Brian LaHare, so it's 11-8 so far on the season. I'm leading. Time now for our Cholula hot sauce flamethrower, and it is Carlos Marmol. First up, Jared Saltalamacchia with a smash to third. Picked that one off the ground. Luis Valbuena makes a great diving stop, gets the out at first. Ryan Sweeney then singles to right. Mike Aviles with the grounder in third too, but Valbuena can't make the grab, and it'll go for an error. See it right here. Got to make that play. Could have been a double play. And that will bring Daniel Nava to the plate. And he strikes out. I don't know what he was looking for there. Scotty Pods walks, bring the tying run to the plate then. So now Dale Swain comes out. All of a sudden, you have the go-ahead run at the plate. Dustin Pedroia smokes one. Valbuena makes up for his error. Ball game over, Cubs win. First save for Marmol since May 2nd.
Yeah, good to see. Did give us some feelings of the past, I would suppose. Some traffic out there on the base paths and having to get big outs and make big pitches with the bases loaded in that situation. But good to see Carlos find his way through it and pick up the save.
All right, we're going back to Wrigley because now the manager, Dale Swain, brought to you by Xfinity.
It was a lot of nice things. Nice word, I should say.
The decision to go to him, was it just a today thing, or had you been...
No, we did a couple days ago. We kind of thought about it and kind of told him that, he's done everything we've asked him to do in his side sessions and his work, and, he's been throwing his fastball more. It's still not the greatest, but it's, we all know Marmol anyway. Those are kind of par for the course anyway, but, he came back and made pitches with his fastball, and we got the ground ball and made the error. So but we made a conscious effort a couple days ago just because of the way other things have been going. Try to solidify the bullpen a little bit in somewhat kind of 7, 8, 9 fashion, mix and match, those kind of things.
You've always implored him to throw the fastball, yet it seems like still wants to live with the slider.
Yeah, not as bad as, what we've seen in the past. I mean, at least he has at least some conviction with his fastball now when he throws it. It's not like I'm just going to waste it and go back to my slider. Now, I mean, you see 2 and 3 fastballs in a row and get back in counts with fastballs. And, that's kind of what we've asked him to do. And, he's been doing it, periodically and doing, better lately. But his side sessions have been really good. So, like I said, we just made a kind of a staff decision to go with that.
Daniel's one for Dempster today.
Yeah, incredible one. 7 innings. He did give up some hard hit balls, but just the pitch. The way he can make pitches has been phenomenal all season. Along with that cutter and split and backdooring the cutter, getting the cutter on the left-hander's hands and pitching up in the zone. He's got so many different ways to get people out. And he's been pulling it off, day in and day out.
There's all this talk and trade rumors surrounding him. Is he about as professional as they come to put all that aside and go out there and do what he does?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been around him. He's one of the most professional, hard-working, people you're ever going to be around. So, those things are, when he steps out on the mound, it's all, game on with him. It's not, trade rumors or where am I going to go or anything like that. It's how I'm going to get the next pitch.
Was it a last batter message to him when you went out?
I didn't tell him that, but that would have probably been it. But, I mean, let alone he was already, that would have been close to 30 pitches. So, but yeah, it was just, kind of a, like I said, I can't tell you what I said.
You're working on his hitting?
Demper, yeah, he's working, using his top hand much better. He used to be this bottom hand, like, high elbow guy. Now he's like...
He had 2 ABs in the first inning with the walks leading to Clevenger style? Could they?
Yeah, you know, LaHare had a big at bat, I think, after he was 0-2 or 1-2 to walk there, and you know, Camp leading off the game. So yeah, I mean, you know, those walks, you know, that's what you try to beat in, you know, to a dead horse. That you know, you take your walks, you take your 3-2 balls, and not swing at the balls out of the zone in 3-2 counts and 3-1 counts. You got to, you know, we have to get a lot better at that, which we've, you know, seemed to be a little bit lately.
All right, again, Dale Swain, brought to you by the fine folks at Xfinity. Still to come on the show, Holly answers more of your questions. We'll look at tomorrow night's Game 2 of this 3-game series against the Bo Sox. Be right back.
Direct injection. 265 foot-pounds of torque. All part of an engine built to effortlessly power through whatever challenge lies around the corner, no matter where that corner happens to be. The 308 horsepower Cadillac SRX, the most powerful standard engine in any luxury crossover. Take advantage of this exceptional offer on the stunning SRX crossover today.
Another cup of coffee? How long is this one gonna last? 45 minutes? An hour?
Well,
Listen, 5-hour energy lasts a whole lot of hours. Take one in the afternoon and you'll feel alert and energized till the cows come home. And it's packed with B vitamins and nutrients to make it last. So, what's it gonna be, partner?
5-hour energy.
Wise choice. 5-hour energy. Hours and hours of energy.
For all that's out there, Range Rover Sport.
Must be nice, cheering on Team USA from the shallow end. Back in 08, we didn't have these U-verse wireless receivers that let you move the TV around wherever. No siree, Bob.
Who's Bob?
And if you didn't have a TV outlet, well, then you couldn't watch Diddley squat.
You talk a lot.
You have no idea how good you have it.
It's not working.
Oof.
Get a wireless receiver in time for the Olympic Games. Get U-verse TV for $29 a month for 6 months. Rethink possible.
Call Dave.
This is Dave.
Hey, just got off work. The conditions are looking pretty good.
With standard color touch radio system, Bluetooth connectivity, and backup camera, the 32 highway MPG GMC Terrain. The only thing more amazing than its technology is what you can do with it. Lease this 2012 GMC Terrain for $269 a month. A 2012 Terrain from GMC.
Dream big during Menards Project Day sale. Get the best stain and sealant in one with Ultra Advanced from Pittsburgh Paints. It provides ultra long-lasting protection. Right now, save $6 per gallon. That's $30 on 5-gallon pails. Get professional results fast with Wagner. The Optimus Power Painter Max features the Easy Tilt suction tube for spraying at any angle and is equipped with the Big Job Backpack. Just $99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Cubs Postgame Live is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Monday, June 18th, hang with Comcast Sportsnet at the Miller Lite viewing party. Come out to the fifth quarter, 18105 Dixie Highway in Homewood, Tom Cooper's favorite spot to win prizes. Enjoy Miller Lite and watch the North Side take on the South Side. Monday, June 18th at the fifth quarter in Homewood. Let's check in one last time with the aforementioned Mr. Cooper at the Discount Tire Interactive Suite.
Cap and I might just stop by the fifth quarter on Monday. We might go there, Cap.
Look forward to it.
Can't wait. Everybody excited about the win today. Hey, we stopped by the CSNChicago.com, Discount Tire Interactive Suite. At Scandal Bob, using the Twitter hashtag of Coast PGL, says, best game ever. So he's really excited, obviously. Meanwhile, at Any Perenni on Twitter saying, good win today. Dempster by far my favorite pitcher in Cubs history. Let's go get the series, Cubbies. Jim Haley wants to look ahead to the future, not look at the past. He's got a question for you guys. He wants to know how many projected prospects might get called up in July. Will it be Rizzo, Jackson, Vitters, Valbuena? Will he stay up? He just wants to know who you guys think will come up in July for the team.
Well, first of all, Valbuena really isn't considered an elite prospect. This is a guy that got out of the Indians system. He is a stopgap at third right now. Vitters, I don't believe the organization looks at as the long-term answer at third. He can't do the job defensively. You will see Rizzo here very soon, and Brett Jackson is en route.
Well, I think
at some point in the next month.
We all agree on one thing. Basically, in this situation, we also understand that the organization itself is not just handing out free passes to the big leagues. This isn't find out what you can do. They really want to create a precedent here and say you're going to earn your way to the big leagues. You're seeing it with Anthony Rizzo right now. We're waiting for him. I mean, the numbers are there. We're holding our breath, hoping that he gets here any day now, and we know that he's coming. But I think it's a great move. Earn your way to the big leagues. Put up the numbers. Dominate AAA. Get yourself there. I think it's going to be fewer than most people think. I'm Rizzo, Jackson, maybe.
All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see the trades that go down as well. All right, let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's Game 2. It's a night game, a rare Saturday night game at the Confines. John Lester against Jeff Samardzija. Lester 3-4 with a 4.47. Samardzija looking for his team-high 6th win of the season, but he's coming off an awful performance in Minnesota.
Horrible performance. Out over the plate, a lot of mistakes, and really looking for a bounce-back game for Jeff. This is going to be a big one, I think, for me. Why? Because a lot of great work early in the year, but he's getting to the point now where people know about him. People know his game plan. Teams are game planning against him. A lot more video. Watching his attack. Yeah, 96, 97. You fall in love with it. Fall in love with the splitting and the slider as well. It's going to be a real good test. He's got a pretty good lineup in the Boston Red Sox. I think it's going to be a challenge for him to go out there and command early in the strike zone, be able to get early strikes, because you saw it today. I mean, this Boston team, they're an aggressive team. They're not going to walk. We have this idea of the American League Beast, or the American League East, if you will, that these guys just go up there and they work these counts and everybody's got 7 pitches. Listen, they know what they're doing. They're being selectively aggressive. If Jeff's making mistakes out over the plate, this is the type of team that'll make him pay again. So he's going to have to find the corners.
All right, again, the Cubs are way up the track in the standings, but today a big day because they had a lot of scouts there watching Ryan Dempster, and he handcuffed an AL East lineup. I would think the trade prices are going up.
Oh, no doubt. More teams in what teams were on the fence, if they were just watching to see what was going to come out of this, had to be impressed, not only with his hitting, but with his pitching as well. He was dominant.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching Horseshoe Casino Cubs post-game live. For Holly, Tom, Cooper, Fej, Noslin, our producer, I'm David Kaplan. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Horseshoe Casino. Nobody does more for the gambler than Horseshoe Casino. Just 20 minutes from downtown Chicago.
Traveled all this way. Make it worth their while.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
The Chevy Cruze has remote access. It can check my oil life and tire pressure all through my smartphone.
I wouldn't have thought of you as the techie gadget guy, Tim.
Why? Because I'm old?
Well, boss, you do call it my face.
Transferred your contacts from your old address book to your new rotary-style address book.
Ooh, rotary style.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Right now, very well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $159 a month. EPA estimated 36 mpg highway.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting.
I gladly referred some of my friends to DirecTV, and now I get $40 a month off my bill.
If I'm happy with something, I'm going to tell my friends about it. You know, I've referred people to my mechanic, but he's never given me a free oil change. But with DirecTV, when I refer somebody, I get a discount. And I think that says something about them.
For every friend you refer to DirecTV, you'll get $10 off your bill every month, and so will they. Refer more friends, save more money. Just give them your account number before they call.
In the Garage with Ross and Matt Kenseth.
Okay, Ross.
Get your tool collection started off right at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Do you even know what to do with that thing?
Build your tool collection at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
On the 60th anniversary of their historic win, 4 of the surviving starting 5 continue to share the memories and the bond that will never be broken.
We have done something that no other school can do. Nobody did it. Nobody will ever do it. It's history.
For nearly 40 years, Fred Mitchell has been on the beat at the Chicago Tribune, and over those 4 decades, he's helped keep Chicago fans in touch with some of the biggest sports stories. But Mitchell's also responsible for blazing a trail in more ways than one. Sarah Kustok has the story of the Tribune's veteran storyteller.
I was sports editor of my newspaper and yearbook both in high school and college, so I had this desire to write and chronicle about the lives of athletes.
Through the pages of the Chicago Tribune, as an author of several highly acclaimed books and a contributor in our own Comcast Sportsnet studios, Fred Mitchell is one of the influential voices of Chicago sports.
To my knowledge, I was the first African-American sports writer. A few months after I was hired, the old Chicago Today newspaper folded, and Larry Casey joined our staff as well. But, you know, it's important to me that perhaps what I represent to a younger generation of minorities is that, you know, this is an example of what possibly could happen.
Then there's Fred Mitchell, the athlete, born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and raised in Gary, Indiana. Mitchell became an All-American at Ohio's Wittenberg University in the 60s. He excelled in a position that very few African Americans have ever played, as a place kicker.
The coach was Bill Edwards, who was in the College Football Hall of Fame. I had to prove to him that I could become Wittenberg's first kicking specialist. And I think about the 4th game of the season, I kicked 2 fourth-quarter field goals to win a game 6-0. And then from that point on, he said, "Indeed, you are our kicking specialist."
The National Football Foundation's Chicago chapter presents an annual award for college kickers who exemplify greatness on and off the field in Mitchell's honor.
The Fred Mitchell Award was very humbling to me. With that award, it honors annually the top place kicker in America among over 750 colleges.
With the modern-day wonders of technology, Mitchell has fully adapted to those changing times and represents an era when a very different breakthrough took place in sports media.
There's greater diversity, not only in color, but also in gender, in terms of people who are covering high-profile sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. And I'm grateful to maybe be considered a bit of a pioneer in that regard.
The 1970s was the golden age for NBA big men, featuring superstars like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bob Lanier, and Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. There was also a free spirit, a redhead, a center named Bill Walton. The longtime Blazer and Celtic was truly a man of his time. 5 years ago, the highly visible Hall of Famer suddenly dropped out of sight. But with the help of new friends and partners from Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, Walton has resurfaced. Luke Stuckmeyer has more.
I've had 36 orthopedic operations. I've got 2 fused ankles, my knees, hands, and wrists don't work, and now I have a fused spine. Other than that, everything is just fantastic.
A champion in both college and the NBA, an activist and an MVP. And in his second career as a broadcaster, Bill Walton told it like it was. But throughout decades as one of the game's most influential figures, Walton had a secret from his public life, and his basketball success came with a heavy price.
Things were going fine for me until January 7th, 1974, 38 years ago, when I was playing for UCLA, and I was high above the basket making a play on the ball, and somebody from the other team in a despicable act of violence and dirty play came from the other side of the court and took my legs out from underneath me. I flipped over and I landed flat on my back on a hard tartan floor, and I broke 2 bones in my spine that day, and I fought it. I fought it ever since.
The result was spinal nerve damage, and in recent years of desperate times, Walton had thoughts of a desperate measure.
My life was not worth living. I was standing on the edge of the bridge knowing full well what I needed to do to get out of that pain. If I had a gun, I would have used it. I'm all bolted back together, and I've got bolts, rods, a rector set cage to hold it all together, spacers between all the vertebrae, and it's the greatest thing in the world because you don't hurt anymore.
Walton is now pain-free, and with the team of Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, he's introducing a brand new arena in Chicago for back treatment. The minimally invasive